This is CJ Noland, and this is episode 99 of the Talking Grammar podcast.
What's up, everybody? It's Geoff Grammer with the Albuquerque Journal, and as you just heard, this is episode 99 of the Talking Grammar podcast. Glad you're watching, glad you're listening, however you are consuming this podcast. I am glad you are here. It's not possible without you guys, and as you saw, this episode is an interview I did with CJ Noland, the senior guard for the UNM Lobos. And in this week, the NCAA Tournament week, that the Lobos will be playing number 7 Marquette on Friday. They are number 10 New Mexico. Will be playing number 7 Marquette in the South region in Cleveland on Friday. And this conversation's a lot about who CJ Noland is, some of the biographical stuff, how his senior season went with the Lobos, but also a guy's journey through college basketball and finally getting his first chance at the NCAA Tournament in his last stop. So hope you enjoyed this conversation with CJ Noland. I will also have a podcast kind of previewing the tournament in general with some sound bites from some news conferences, some press conferences, stuff like that. Won't have a guest per se, but we'll have some sound bites from different events, and that'll be coming out later in the week, shortly before the game, obviously, probably Thursday night, I would guess. And game is on Friday. Right now, as it stands, Marquette is a 3.5-point favorite. Should be a good matchup. Break some of that stuff down in the next episode of the podcast. For now, we've got CJ Noland here, and you can follow all our coverage of the NCAA Tournament and the Lobos in the NCAA Tournament at abqjournal.com/sports if you want to get there a step quicker. And you can also subscribe if you can. Help support local journalism. abqjournal.com/subscribe is how you can get there quicker to subscribe to the digital product, to our print product. Help us out, help local journalism, and you'll keep continuing to get the coverage that we provide by traveling the country to cover the Lobos all season, not just in the NCAA Tournament, but we're investing the resources to do so all season. We are the only local media outlet that does so. So if you can, help support local journalism at abqjournal.com/subscribe. For now, let's get on with it with CJ Noland. All right, CJ, what's up, man? I know you guys just had a practice, big week, obviously, in Lobo basketball, and let's just get started with that, man. How does it feel to be playing in this week, but knowing it's for the NCAA Tournament?
Man, I mean, it's great. I mean, growing up as a kid, you dream of playing on, stages like this, and I'm glad to finally get here for sure.
You started, obviously, this only 1 year at UNM. You transferred here, and we're going to get to what got you to UNM in a minute. But your previous 2 stops, Oklahoma and North Texas, correct me if I'm wrong, 2 NITs, one at each?
2, yep, correct. That is correct.
All right, so let's start in high school. And I know there is a Colorado State player that you were teammates with growing up, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir, Jalen Lake.
Jalen Lake. And was that in high school or is that AAU?
No, it's high school and AAU.
Both? Okay. Yeah, so tell us where you grew up and just, what got you started in basketball.
Well, I grew up in Waxahachie, Texas. What got me started in basketball, it's pretty simple. My dad played basketball. He played at K-State and played overseas. So I really just grew up around the basketball. My older sisters, I have 2 older sisters, they play basketball as well. I was always around them in the gym, and then I just picked up a basketball one day, I believe, when I was like 3 or 4 years old, and I mean, I just love the game ever since.
So anytime there's siblings involved, I have to always ask, like, especially when it's a sister, how much did they beat you at basketball? And I don't know how much older are they than you?
They're 10 and 11 years older than me. So, I mean, okay. They're super older. Yeah, they're way older than me. But, I mean, when I was little, they were definitely all, just playing one-on-one, telling me, you got to do this, you got to do that, you got to be physical here in the paint, you got to box out, you got to do all this type of stuff. And, I mean, it really helped because, I mean, to this day, they still on me about how I play. So,
well, who's harder on you in like after a game, good or bad? Well, no, after a bad game, who's harder on you? Is it mom? Is it dad? Is it yourself? Or is it one of the sisters?
I mean, it's always going to be yourself first. But, I mean, after a bad game, I would definitely say my Sisters and then my pops for sure. My pops know how it gets. Sometimes you gonna have good ones and bad ones, but my sisters, they always got to put their 2 cents in and what they think I should do better, or what I should did on this play, or what I should be doing on the court. That's just how they think, man.
How much of that is just brothers and sisters go at it sometimes, and
Yeah,
and
for
then kind
sure.
of sometimes you don't want to hear it from a
Nah,
sibling,
for sure.
but I'm sure it's all love too.
Nah, yeah, it's definitely all love. I mean, they've been there. I mean, throughout all high school AAU days and now college. So I mean, I know how they get, and I know what they mean. I take the good
Yeah.
stuff and know the bad stuff out the other ear,
All right,
for
so you were
sure.
a four-star coming out of high school, and you go to Oklahoma. What I guess let's start with kind of why you chose Oklahoma out of high school, and then what in 2 years
Yeah,
was the takeaway from Oklahoma. Obviously, you moved on, and not necessarily looking into what made you move on or anything, but
for
just
sure.
what your big takeaway from Oklahoma and your experience there was.
Well, coming out of high school, I was committed to Oklahoma, but I was committed to Lon Kruger, and he retired before I got there, and that's why I played for Moser those 2 years at OU. But Oklahoma was great. I mean, my freshman year was good. My sophomore year was good as well. But I think OU, I just wanted to leave there and have a bigger role. Honestly, I wanted to, just get back to playing basketball. There, I kind of just had some DMP some games. I just wanted to get back to playing basketball, honestly, at North Texas. But I took away from OU a lot of great things. I mean, Coach Moser's a great coach. He's a great guy. I mean, the way that he teaches basketball is really special, I think. And I mean, he's going to be doing good things at Oklahoma for sure. No bad blood.
You go from Oklahoma then to North Texas. Same thing, kind of what made you pick North Texas, and what's the big takeaway from there? And as for those that don't know, you did play in the pit before you played in the pit, but that was what the super pit is what they call it in
Yeah,
Denton, I think, right?
yeah, the super pit, the super pit.
The
Yeah,
super pit. You can all let's start there real quick. How
yeah,
does
yeah.
the super pit compare to
Ah,
the pit?
it doesn't compare at all. There's no comparison. Yeah,
I have been to the super pit, and it is. I mean, it's a cool little gym, but
yeah, it's cool.
um,
I mean, it's big for a good size. I mean, for that school, for North Texas, nice
yeah.
size arena. I mean, it doesn't fill out the way that, of course, UNM does, but no, it's a good size arena for sure. Yeah,
Yeah, and I even called it a good little gym. I didn't mean to say it like that.
yeah,
I,
yeah.
I
No,
just
for
mean
sure.
it's a cool arena. It's but the pit's special. I'm curious.
100%.
Let's start with let's do the North Texas part first, because if
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
playing for at North Texas and you're playing for Ross Hodge and them, like you're defending, and
yeah, yeah.
you got to do a lot of defense. How much did playing at North Texas help you defensively? And what's your why'd you go there, and what made you or what's your big takeaway from there?
Yeah, I mean, the biggest reason I went to North Texas is just relationships. A little closer to home, of course, although Oklahoma isn't too far, but a little bit closer. And then I thought just the relationship aspect of it. I knew a lot of the assistant coaches there. Of course, the head coach Ross Hodge. And then what the biggest takeaways from Denton is just grittiness and toughness, man. That's what they're about all day, every single day. It doesn't matter what you're doing; they're all about toughness and mental toughness. Honestly, that's what that taught me at North Texas for sure.
All right, then you then do your transfer. 1 year left to play. You come to
Yep.
New Mexico. Obviously, there's a lot of things that I think people do know about with New Mexico. Good NIL. It's not
Mhm.
the only place that would have offered you NIL, obviously. So you come to New Mexico. Why? And who was the guy that sort of got the ball rolling? And then why did you end up deciding on New Mexico?
Well, I mean, the one who got it rolling was definitely Coach AK. I knew him through Jalen, honestly, when Jalen was at Colorado State and I was at Oklahoma, honestly, and then just kind of kept relationship through there. But AK was the one who got the ball rolling with that. And the reason I chose UNM, I mean, obviously because I want to play in front of a great, fan base, and I want to play in a great system with Coach Patino. But I want to play for a team that had a chance of winning, a conference tournament and winning and/or a conference title, and then making the NCAA tournament. So that was my main goal, going to UNM, was just making the tournament and ultimately just going somewhere special for my last year, doing something special.
Well, in the recruiting process in transfer and out of high school, I don't know if promises is the right word, but a lot is told to you about what your role may be. I
For
am
sure.
curious what you were told your role would be compared to what it ended up being, and
Mhm.
how happy are you with the season in general and what you ended up, what your role ended up being.
Yeah, man. I mean, I think my score or what I came to UNM for was just to score the ball. I think I got off to a real slow start. I know I got off to a real slow start in that regards, but I think just more so just the way they play or the way Coach Patino plays. He plays with good pace and the ball moves a lot, and that's what I want to play for. Honestly, just a good fast paced team. North Texas, not to say anything bad about them, but they are a slower paced team. They're last in the NCAA for a long
Yeah.
time last year for majority of the season. So I want to switch things up with coming to UNM for that regards. And yeah, we stayed true to those things they told me for sure.
Yeah, the tempo is definitely two different tempos out of those two
Yeah,
schools.
yeah, hundred
Big
percent,
time.
100%.
So you get to New Mexico, you start having obviously some success. You started for a while. Richard Pitino's told us in some media sessions and press conferences when we've asked questions related to you after a good game or something like that. He talks about how at one point in the season he wanted to put Phillip back into the starting lineup for his size primarily, right? At the 6'9" spot, you get a 6'9" wing, and you're starting three guys at 6'9". You obviously have a pretty big team.
For sure.
He says he had a meeting with you in the office, and he started explaining, look, I think I'm going to start bringing you off the bench. And as he explains it, he says you stopped him and just said, I don't care. I just want to win.
No, for sure.
Is he embellishing a little bit, or do you remember that conversation? And is that
Yeah,
pretty much how it went?
yeah, that's how it went. I mean, yeah, I came up to him, or he came up to me when we were in the office, and he was just talking. I was like, "Look, coach, like I told you, like I just said, I came here to win, and I want to win a championship. And however fits you, you see how you need to do that with your team because it's your team. You're the head coach. If you see me coming off the bench is better and Phillip starting, and so be it. Like I'm still gonna be here for the team because I still want to win that championship ultimately.
I'm curious then, the support you get from a Patino, from the assistant coaches. Everyone's got a green light. He doesn't really pull people for taking or for missing a shot or anything like
For
that.
sure.
You get the support from the staff. You get the support from the university. There's good support, but then there's the fans. Obviously, your parents, and I'm going to ask you about them in just a second too. But the support you ended up getting in the pit and from Lobo fans, was it like when did you realize like, wow, this is a little different than most places?
I mean, just as the season was starting to kick up, just going out to football games and tailgates and seeing all the fans and them telling us can't wait for basketball season. I already got my season tickets. Just little stuff like that, and I'm just like, wow, like this is the second game of the season for
Yeah.
football, and we talking about basketball season. So I mean, I just knew how excited they were for the season, and it's different for sure.
Did you have a welcome to the pit kind of moment? Was there a walk down the ramp where it was just already
Yeah.
roaring, or was there a time
Yep.
on the court where you're looking around and you're just like, wow, this is loud?
I believe it was the New Mexico State game. It was a
That was the first
rowdy
sellout
game
of the
right
season.
there.
Yeah, that was the first sellout of the season.
Yeah, then it was definitely the Mexico State game. Yeah, that was the first welcome to the pit moment for sure.
Obviously the support from the fans and the coaches we talked about a little bit. You get a lot of support from your parents too, obviously, and they made it to a lot of games this year.
Yeah,
And I know on social media that they made some friends through social media and certainly and that
yeah,
kind of stuff. I want to ask you about how cool it's been to have them be such a big part and being able to go to a lot of games. I know a lot of parents aren't able to do that,
for sure.
especially on a team with so many international players.
Yeah,
You were lucky enough to have your parents be not just a part of it, watching from afar, but actually be able to come to some of your games. But before we do that, on senior night, I cut this down to just your parents' part, but I'm going to play this video really quick and want you to kind of react to what you thought when you saw this on
Dear
senior.
son, it's senior night. We're excited for you. We hope you're excited. The atmosphere is going to be right. You're looking forward to this night. And CJ, I assure you that this will be a night you won't forget.
We do want to tell you how proud we are of you. We know that your journey has not been easy. We just want to let you know that we love you. We can't wait until the next leg in your journey. We know that you are going to kill it.
Go Lobos!
that was great. Yeah, that was great.
So mom and dad obviously just sending their love and look, every parent's going to be doing that on senior night and all that kind of stuff. But what did you think of on senior night when you saw that video, or had you already seen that video?
No, I have not seen. I hadn't seen that video at all.
Yeah,
So I mean, it's crazy because I mean they give so much love and support, just like you were saying with coming to the games, being at the games, and I mean doing what they do on social media, talking and making different friends and stuff like that. But I mean, it was crazy seeing that. I wouldn't even thought that they would do something like that, honestly, just to. I know Peyton was behind that, but I mean, when I seen that, it was very special for me. I never thought how my senior night would go. When you're a freshman in college, or let alone a senior in high school, but it just takes everything. You don't want to take nothing for granted. You really appreciate the things everybody do for you, all the small little things. So, for sure.
Let's move on to the teammates then, and then we'll talk some NCAA tournament a little bit. But
Yeah.
we talked coaches, we talked journey to New Mexico, we talked the fans a little bit, and we talked your parents. What's it been like playing with these teammates? When you got here, after the end of the summer, you were voted one of the 3 captains on this team, and that doesn't happen for newcomers very often, and you'd only been here a short time when your teammates voted you as one of the 3 captains. Let's go back to that first, and what was it like when you found out they were voting you as one of the captains?
It was special. I mean, knowing that you have a team that trusts you, and knowing that you have their back and their best interests with things is great. I think that the team really looks up to me in some regards. I am one of the older ones, like I've said before, so they definitely ask me to do a lot of little things for them. But I mean, I look at them like my little bros too, or my brothers as well. So I mean, it's for life thing type of thing. So yeah.
Well, I remember. I mean, I don't know why it stood out to me, but you told me in the preseason that one of the little things you did as one of the older guys was when you first got here, you had a car,
Yeah,
and so you were driving them to Walmart or Target or whatever. I mean, you got a whole bunch of guys moving somewhere for the first time and going
for
into their
sure.
apartment and needing college stuff, right? You guys
Nah, for
you
sure.
guys need
They
stuff.
getting
So you were the guy though
TVs
that had
and
to do a lot of riding to Walmart.
Exactly. I was in their same shoes, so I know exactly how it is and how much it helps to be in college. Your freshman year, and having somebody who can tell you the right things and not lead you in the wrong way or try to get you in any bad things like that. But I mean, just having them around helps me too. I mean, it brightens my day as well.
So Jalen was a friend of yours, obviously from high school and from before college. What guy? I don't know who it is you hang out with most on the team, or what these guys. Obviously, you guys will be teammates for life, and teammates always kind of keep in touch. But any connections this year, coaches or players, I guess that'll kind of be lifers.
Yeah, man. I think more certainly, for sure, AK. I know me and AK are really, really much locked in. Really,
Yeah,
really locked in. I know me and Didi are locked in as well. I mean, you could say everybody for everybody,
sure.
honestly. But I mean, just for the closer ones, me and Didi, BA, style for sure. And then the freshmen, Yovan K. Those are the ones who always ride with me. So
Well,
they
it's
always with
interesting
me.
too. Like college basketball does a lot of weird things, and a lot of things that people that don't get to experience college athletics don't get to experience. And in this team, you guys have what is it, it's like 6 or 7 international players. I mean, I don't know
Facts.
where else somebody from Texas is going to basically spend a year with
Yeah.
a guy from Serbia, a guy from Toronto whose parents are from Serbia, a guy from Nigeria, Finland, all these connections internationally, and how cool is something like that where you get to learn a little bit from them? I mean, I'm not
Yeah.
sure they're not giving you guys PowerPoint presentations telling you about their home country or something, but
Yeah,
you get to
yeah,
learn a
yeah.
little bit about all these different cultures a little. And how's that, man?
It's great. I mean, Jovan, being from Canada and being Serb, and then Phillips being Serbian. I mean, they talk to each other in Serbian all the time, and we're always trying to figure out what are they saying. We trying to pick up on new words, like and just I don't know, just a whole bunch of stuff. But being even with Sako or Tiki,
Yeah.
those dudes are really really fun to be around. They're just it's really cool to see different cultures in every facet of the day. The morning, you got Sako going through Ramadan, and you got, it's just different stuff. So, I mean, it's really cool to see different cultures in one, building every
One
day,
locker room.
honestly. Yeah, one locker room every single day, and you seeing the same peoples. And so, or the same people. And,
Yeah.
so it's great. It's great. It's honestly great. You learn a lot. Shoot.
You said learn a lot. Obviously, that was the beyond the classroom learning. I am curious, what 4 years of school. I don't know how close you are to getting a degree. I imagine you're going to get one at some point. If not this year, you will
Yes, sir.
probably. I bet you your parents won't let you not get the degree.
Oh yeah, this
Um,
year for sure.
will it be this year?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It'll be in
What are you
May.
getting? What did you
Liberal
major in?
arts, bachelor of liberal arts. Yes, sir.
So and you will get that by this semester, I guess, or over.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
cool. So
It's on my track.
you will finish this like they say you're supposed to, right? You will
Yep.
get a college degree out of this.
Yes, sir.
How has all that sort of support been? And
Yeah,
obviously they take care of the athletes with that student support center and stuff like that.
for sure.
All that stuff go well for you as well.
Yeah, everything was well in that regards. I'm a really good student, honestly. My people, my mama, she was a teacher for
All
X
right,
amount of years, and my grandma, she was a principal for X amount of years and a dean. She still does college courses. She's a professor now, doing college courses online. So I mean, my family, they're pretty in tune with the academics. They definitely want me to finish and get
yeah,
more for sure.
yeah. That's not an option. Then you were going
Yeah.
to finish. What's next is after you guys play at least one
Yep.
to somewhere between 1 and 6 more college games for you, but
And I
then
guarantee
it'll be
one.
over.
Yes,
And
sir.
what's going to happen? And before we talk about this week, I will get to the NCAA tournament. But
For sure.
what is going to be beyond this? You're going to get your degree, and are you going to play some hoops after college?
Yes, sir. That's the plan. Definitely going pro.
And that can be a lot of different things.
For sure.
Obviously, you at some point have to get an agent if you haven't already. I don't know. I know college athletes are allowed to have agents now for the NIL world, all that kind of stuff. But you'll just sort of navigate it, and you've probably met a lot of players through the years who are doing that right now that can kind of give you
100%.
some advice, right?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, being at OU and being at North Texas, especially OU, you see a lot of high-profile guys come in and out. So I mean, who have pretty good agents, big agents, overseas agents. So I mean, you hear it all when people go overseas or when they go into the NBA or whatever they want to do with their
Sure.
basketball careers. You hear it all for sure.
Let me ask you this then. This week, as we talk, it is an NCAA tournament week, man. It's kind of what you came to UNM for, to try and get this opportunity. At what point in the season did you realize this is going to happen? I know it was before Selection Sunday, and I'm going to ask you about Selection Sunday too. But at
Gotcha.
what point in the season did you start to realize, yeah, okay, that mission's accomplished? Like, I know we want to win a championship, but even if we don't, I know we're going to be in the NCAA tournament. Or did that really ever happen?
No, it kind of did happen. I mean, you can't help but to see the things on social media, but you can't let that be your fuel, kind of type
Right.
of thing. You can't let that be your why you want to play harder or why, you're slacking or whatever. But you kind of see it on social media. But I would definitely say like around, gosh, when we beat Colorado State at Colorado State,
Yeah.
I knew I was like, okay, this could be like a Sweet 16 team. I know we can do something special here. I don't know if that moment if we were in or if they were coming up with predictions then, but I knew for sure that if we kept playing that way and kept playing the right way, that we definitely will be in the March Madness for
And
sure.
that was back at the end of December, so you were just kind of getting rolling with league play when you
Yeah.
beat
Oh,
them
I'm
there.
sorry. I'm sorry.
When you
No,
beat
not
them
at
here?
Colorado State. Here,
When you beat
here,
him here, okay.
here.
That one
I'm
was a
sorry.
little bit
I'm
later
sorry.
than I was going to say. That was pretty
Not
early.
in December. That's when we came back from break. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Not
yeah.
that.
So
Yeah,
when
this
you
year.
came when
Yeah.
you beat them here, though, it was a 19-point win. It
Yeah.
was
Yep.
you guys had things clicking, man. They end up finishing second place, and you guys swept them with two. I'm
Mm-hmm.
not going to say two blowouts, but like two comfortable wins. You guys had a 21-0 run at their place. You beat
Mm-hmm.
them by 19 here. Like two comfortable wins over the second place team. You guys also swept the third place team. Like you guys were sitting pretty going in to Selection Sunday, even though you didn't win the Mountain West tournament. You
Mm-hmm.
guys kind of knew on Sunday that your name was going to be called. That said, you're sitting there in the front row in the pit. What was it like when you see your name pop up?
Special moment. I mean, it never happened to me before, but just seeing, just being there in that moment, and past years seeing, so many different teams getting picked, and then them standing up in their gym or wherever they at in their room or whatever, and everybody cheering for them, and it's special because that's what you want when you're a little kid, when you're 10 years old, 12 years old, watching March Madness and watching all these players, and like, dang, like that's where I want to go. That's the stage I want to play on. So to see that, it was a special moment for me. Honestly, it really was. Won't ever forget that moment.
Was I mean, look, Had you been in the, you don't really know because you didn't have to experience it, but you guys were named pretty quick. Could you imagine being like wait until the very end and like you start wondering like, wait a minute, maybe we are in, right? Like, could you
Yeah,
imagine
like
waiting a
kind of
full
like
hour
St.
before
John's. Wasn't St. John's like the last
something
region?
like
I
that?
think.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was last. I was like, dang, where's St. John's at? I know they was in, but yeah, it was that made it even better, honestly.
Yeah, get it
How
over with
we
quick.
yeah,
But then you guys had to sit there for a while. I imagine you guys were like, I know you guys all like basketball and all, and you're watching the show, but like, I imagine you guys were all on your phones, like starting to
Yeah,
see
I
what
was
people were
thinking
saying.
that. Yeah, I was thinking that. I was like, once we get called, I don't know what much we're gonna do.
Right?
We're just
It was
gonna be
so
on our
early that
phones looking.
there wasn't like a plan for you guys to get out of there.
Nah, there wasn't. It wasn't at all. But then when we started going through a couple of regions, I was like, oh, okay, we're waiting on St. John's. I get that.
Yeah.
They want to see St. John's. Okay, I understand that. But yeah, that was good. That was really, really good. Really special.
So what's it like now, man? The preparation, is it any different? You guys sort of made a habit this year of not making a big game bigger than a regular game, or making
Yeah.
a lower scheduled opponent or lower thought of opponent any less than the really good teams, and you guys tried to do that all year. This is a little different though. The NCAA tournament's different. Are you guys approaching it differently?
Yeah, I think that, well, I would say as far as like our scouting and stuff like that in the film room and stuff like I feel like that's the same how we go about things that way time wise, but I think everybody knows this could be a special year. I think that we we all want to make the Sweet 16. Coach, of course, thinks and knows we can do that. But I think the players more so than anything, because the players are definitely the ones playing. I think that we know that we can make a Sweet 16. So, I mean, it's just more about, the mindset and what we're doing, away from the gym right now to help us for when we get to Friday, when we play Friday in these
And
games.
obviously, anybody you play at this point is going to be good. So Marquette's coming in with the same
Yeah,
attitude, and they're good enough to beat you guys. You guys are
for
good enough
sure.
to beat them. But what if things go right? It's because the Lobos do what?
Lobos play hard.
Just play
Lobos play
hard.
hard. That's it. That's it. That's the baseline. That's the baseline. When we don't play hard especially in the first half, we don't play hard in the first half. That's where you see some slumps, and then we come out in the second half and play better. But no time for that in the tournament from the start. Yeah, playing hard from the start.
You pretty excited, man?
Man, I'm super excited. It's all I can barely sleep at night.
So
All I'm thinking about.
how does it work with the brackets, man? I know guys playing at other teams and stuff like that, I'm sure, but like, do you guys
Yeah,
even look at a bracket? Do you guys fill one out amongst yourselves on the team and see
I
who
have. Yeah,
anything
I
like that? Like, how do
personally.
you do brackets?
I personally haven't did one yet, but I know soon I'm gonna start for sure. I know my niece just started her. She just did hers
Yeah.
last week, or yeah, it should have been last week. But so I know that my family's gonna be calling me, wanting to see what my brackets and stuff looking like. I actually need to get on it, but I haven't made one yet. I haven't made one yet, or
Were
I need to
you,
make a few actually.
were you a junkie watching, NCAA tournament junkie that Thursday and Friday are the best 2 days? I know
Yeah.
we had school and all that, like when I was younger, but like in college, like, man, it was tough to go to class on that Thursday and that Friday.
Yeah, man, I was everywhere trying to pull it up on my phone in the like teachers lounge, trying to watch it on the TV anywhere I could find a little TV. I'm like, who's playing right now? What's the score? So
Yeah.
I mean, I'm definitely a junkie in that regards when it comes to that. And then when I get home, that's all I'm doing on the couch with pops watching these games.
You're that guy this year, man. Like, you guys get to be that guy for, some kid trying to get into the teacher's lounge, watching it somewhere, and
Special.
one of you guys goes off and has one of those special games maybe, and
Exactly.
your
Be
guys'
somebody's
game is
hero.
right. Right.
Yeah,
So enjoy it, man. I hope you do enjoy it. I hope you
for
guys
sure.
don't enjoy it so much that you don't prepare for it. And, hope you guys do
No,
the
for
right
sure.
thing there too. But I do
Yes.
hope you guys enjoy it. And you guys have been fun to cover. You've been fun to cover, man. But it ain't over yet.
Yep, facts. Just getting started with this. Appreciate you, Jeff, for sure. For all the
All right, man.
support
I
this year.
appreciate it. Good luck this week, and thanks for coming on the show, man.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thanks. All right, there you go. There's my interview with CJ Noland. Hope you enjoyed that. It's fun it was fun covering him this year. Fun talking to CJ anytime I get a chance to talk with him, and hope you guys enjoyed hearing from him, his journey a little bit, and his first time in the NCAA tournament. And remember, you can follow all our coverage of the NCAA tournament at abqjournal.com. I will have another podcast later this week that will be more of a general preview of the NCAA tournament, and probably Thursday night is what I'm guessing, and I'll probably finish that up in Cleveland on Thursday, and it won't have an interview per se, but it'll break down a little bit more of the matchup with number 7 Marquette in Cleveland. Friday evening is when the Lobos play them. It'll be on TBS. And again, abqjournal.com. You can follow me on social media and all our coverage all season. Remember, we are the only local news outlet that covers the Lobos year-round and invests the resources to travel with the team to cover, not with the team, but travel and cover the team on the road the entire season, not just the NCAA tournament. So hopefully you guys, if you can support local journalism at abqjournal.com/subscribe. Again, hope you enjoyed this interview with CJ Noland. And until next time, thanks for watching.